What's going on, everyone? It's John with The Catch. So today we're going to be debating whether you should be drafting Matthew Stafford or Ryan Tannehill first in your 2021 fantasy football draft. Now, obviously, these aren't probably going to be your top targeted quarterbacks, but these are kind of your middle of the ground tier 2 quarterbacks in this year's coming draft. So let's say you kind of missed the run on quarterbacks, you didn't snag someone early, and you're focusing on the receiver and running back positions, but you're starting to begin to worry. There's a lot of buzz around Matt Stafford, and a lot of people have a lot of faith in this Rams offense for the coming year. But there are still some naysayers who are not fully confident in Matthew Stafford as well. He did throw for 26 touchdowns last year, as well as over 4,000 passing yards, and he had his second best year in terms of QB rating, the rating of 96.3. I do believe that Matthew Stafford is going to have a very good year under head coach Sean McVay and with this new Rams team. I do have the concern that there's a little bit of hype here, and when you look at the receivers that Matthew Stafford has had in the past years, they're actually kind of close to what he's going to have in Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods in this coming year. That's not a knock on either of those receivers, but I don't think this team necessarily has that it factor or that player that really sets them over the edge. And with the unfortunate injury of Cam Akers, I do think that this team's overall offensive value tanks just a little bit. But when you look at the quarterbacks that will be on the board after the selection of Matthew Stafford, you've got Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, and I really like the value of Matthew Stafford around those same quarterbacks. But let's go ahead and talk about Ryan Tannehill as well. Steven and I did discuss him in our first podcast, which I'll link down below. But I'm a huge fan of Ryan Tannehill and the fantasy value of where you can select him this year. He does have the edge in touchdown passes with 33 last year in comparison to Stafford's. Not beat out Stafford in passing yards, but he did have an excellent QB rating of 106 last year. With the addition of Julio Jones to this already explosive offense, I think that Ryan Tannehill is going to have a great year, and I'm actually surprised that he is so low in fantasy football ratings this year. I will give all the hype to Ryan Tannehill, and I think he is someone that needs to be a lot higher on fantasy boards, or at least a strict target for a QB1. Currently, we're looking on average at Ryan Tannehill being quarterback number 11, with Matthew Stafford being quarterback number 12, and I would personally select Ryan Tannehill out of the two. I just think that this offense has a little bit more edge and a little bit more security when looking at their receiving core and looking at their running game. I actually also love Ryan Tannehill as the number 2 quarterback on your fantasy football team. I can't think of a better number 2 to have on your bench moving forward into the season. Now, I'm not saying to wipe Matthew Stafford off of your draft boards. I do think that he's going to have a good year. But if you're looking at the rankings and you have to make the decision between these two quarterbacks, I'm going Ryan Tannehill. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch.